Tell me why. Bitch, stop acting like your old dad.
Yes. Oh, fuck. I love these old intros. It makes me so fucking happy to put them back into rotation. What is up, everybody? I think Corey's still figuring his shit out. He looks confused. He just gave us a thumbs up, but it was like kind of like when you ask a gorilla at the zoo, like if it wants a grape, you know. Yes.
Yep.
So we'll see. But we are joined tonight by Ian and Eric from GunGamers,
Oh, hello.
far better podcast than our own.
I would disagree, but
Where have you guys been?
Maybe
Fuck.
if we host one, I was about to say, yeah, we haven't hosted in a while.
I don't know, man. Like just doing all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, Ian's been all over the place with this COVID mission stuff with the National Guard, and Ian's the one who actually knows how to do anything technical. So
That's the unfortunate part.
Thanks for carrying the team, Ian.
Yeah, man. Listen, when
I'll give Ian the full credit. He carries the team with the podcast.
Well, like what we were running into is we just like there's nothing fun to talk about. There's
Yeah,
no one
it's
to
long
make
and
fun
short.
of. There's no one to fucking like go for smoke with. Events weren't going on. Nobody was doing anything. But slowly, but surely, we've got shit to do again.
Yep.
Also, Punk, with that, the way you have that hat right now, I can just imagine you with like you need hair like down to your shoulders. Just
If
like
I-
ratty,
if-
grungy,
if-
And to
fucking metal
work
hair.
behind the counter at a skate shop.
Yeah.
or a vape shop.
Never.
Gee,
How dare you, stupid?
you get off the show right
Never.
fucking now.
You're like, I'm like, here, let me just stick this like fucking lightsaber cock to my mouth and just.
Hey, do you mind if I vape in here? That's the thing with that. It always sounds like the vape is farting in their mouth. It's like they're just sucking robot farts.
And yet, the way they hold it, just.
But you gotta get a full twist. It's like it's a fucking it's a four knuckler, homie. You just gotta and then just this goddamn cloud of just like banana fucking flavor.
Check out my
unicorn
my
ass.
350Z,
Yeah, you
bro.
fucking you're the one we're shaming right now, Ian.
Listen, man, I'm trying to quit.
Oh shit!
I'm trying to quit Marbread, so
You know what, hey,
That's
Listen,
not an
Ian,
acceptable solution. You
listen,
die with cancer like a
no
fucking
shame.
man.
Yeah,
risk
be a man.
cancer like a man, you coward.
Be a man, pussy.
I
Yeah,
guess now
Smoke
I'm
cigars. Be a man.
Oh, that's there you go. But speaking of, Eric, we definitely need to hang out and get some fucking cigars soon.
Oh, fuck yeah,
for
we do.
fucking sure. I've been on Tabernacles recently, or my go-to.
Oh, fuck yes. The
I love
Tabernacle
tabbies.
is so good.
And Ben already know this is not the new time. We just were all too like out of it Monday to do a show. Once Corey gets his fucking shit set up, we'll talk about American Mill Sim or the AMSL Southern front that they did at D14. It was a really good fucking time. We had an absolute blast. But because he's still going through technical difficulties, we'll lead into some other shit. Because I kind of want to start with this fucking hold on.
Whoop.
Is he about to have it? It's almost there.
No.
There we go.
Well,
No,
you're real quiet.
you're coming from the wrong microphone right now.
1 minute, please.
1 minute, please. Hold for sound.
Hold for smoke. Hold for smoke.
You just have
Hold.
to roll in the technical difficulties.
More
like
haze.
1930s type
Shit's
thing.
Yeah,
fucked.
where's our
Please stand by.
intermission music?
I think we had one of those back in the day.
Well, we had a intro with the RGB screen of like
Mhm.
technical difficulties. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was part of it.
I have the dancing COVID guy somewhere. Like Corey did. The fucking y'all remember that?
Yeah,
Goddamn
yeah,
ass
the little
hat.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually found the trash the burning dumpster one as well. I saw that the other day.
That one's gonna I've got that one. It's in here. It's just as labeled as certified hood classic. Because why wouldn't it be? Why fucking wouldn't it?
Great
be?
label.
But you got it, Corey? You got it figured out?
I don't know, do I?
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Hey,
Beautiful.
I'm not always dumb.
Welcome back. Yeah, so we went down to this last weekend. We had American Mill Sims or the AMSL Southern front at D14 Airsoft, and I had an absolute banger of a fucking time.
It
I
was
saw
a
your-
bull.
I saw you using a bolt action. I was very proud of
yeah.
you.
Oh yeah, no,
Well-
the new sniper. So I before Broken Home, I had Zero from X Customs make me a HPA to a lot from a line to a tank. I'll explain how that works in a second, but it's an HPA Wolverine Bolt VSR 10, and this gun is fucking dumb. Like no exaggeration, running 4.8s, running like still well within fucking legal limits. I'm hitting kids at like 350 feet, like regularly, just pulling off stupid shots.
I mean, if you're gonna pull off shots like that, it's with
It's-
4.8s.
Yeah.
It's so much
Or
goddamn
or
fun, dude.
.66s.
I honestly, I was just gonna start just wadding up fucking packs of dirt and just
Ian, I
shoving
got
it
a
in there.
video to send you then, because a while back we did this series called Corey versus Airsoft.
Yes.
Not our Corey, but it was a guy that I worked at a shop locally here. But anytime we would get a high-powered rifle in, we would test it out on his back.
Oh no.
And
We actually did that to Eric to test out these .66s.
okay,
Yeah, we did.
how far away did you get shot?
Yeah,
250
we didn't do far. I was standing probably at like what was it, 200 something?
230
feet?
to 250, something
Yeah.
like that.
Okay,
And
so
it hit my back, and you heard a thwack that
Yeah.
echoed through the warehouse we were standing in.
awesome. So in our video, he was standing maybe 60 feet away.
Oh no.
Right? In
It's
fact,
like old school Jackass videotape on VHS type shit too. It's great.
I think it was like filmed on a Verizon Envy. Fucking
Oh no.
no, but anyway. So
Yeah. The
there's
amount of
we had to
energy those things carry is crazy.
well, you actually get to watch us pop one of the BBs out of his back.
Oh, was he bear shirt?
It was bear shirt.
Oh no.
Well, that's dude. Like the 4.8s have got some force too, because there's a couple of guys that I hit him in the face, and I saw like from a good distance, I saw their heads fucking crack back. I was like, there are so many times where you'd hear me just laugh like a total psychopath, just because it's honestly like sniping and airsoft, depending on the event, depending on the field. Because unfortunately, none of my rifles would feed except for my bolt. Like my 416 Sistema, dog shit won't take the mags. I think maybe we figured out the fucks, but it's been an ongoing fight for years.
Are you
My
telling me
MCX
Sistemas aren't worth $2,000?
Fuck no. My MCX doesn't fucking feed either. It hates its fucking mags. The gun's great. The gun shoots phenomenally. It's a Fat Coat Customs. The problem is I've just got to break down and buy fucking the PTS EPMs or whatever and fork over money to somebody that still pays Greg Wong to fucking exist. Well, I haven't brought myself to do it. That and they're $20 goddamn a mag. Like, Jesus
Wait,
Christ.
you spent that much on a custom MCX from Fatco, and you're running like ratty fucking $6
No, I'm running like
Yes,
the Lancer
that is
Tac,
exactly what he.
I'm
No,
running
they're
the
trash.
Lancer Tac.
They wouldn't
No,
feed in mine.
good.
They wouldn't feed in mine either.
Yeah, yours picky. Yours is picky as shit too, bitch. Shut up.
Yeah, but I've gone through 100 mags and I found 6 that work. So that's all that
There you
matters.
go. There you go. Anyways,
I'm
but
using
none of
the EPM ones. I'm having good luck with them.
Same.
So
man.
Do
I
they
used-
have the do they have the wider like mouth where the BBs feed? Because that seems to be the like universal problem. Is some have like a tighter radius. Tighter radius.
They have the
Yeah.
tight anus.
Well, I wasn't
have
gonna say
the-
hole, but it's like
No, you
know
don't
what
say
I'm talking
hole,
about.
you say anus.
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 Yeah, I have noticed because like I know what the system of what's wrong with is the hop up I have in there is a piece of shit, and I have to get like the standard hop up put back in it. But I
It's
just
like
I
a
need to
max
break
hop
down.
up, or what's the problem?
No, it's got the so the 416's got one of the Red Wolf ones in it, and it's terrible.
Oh, you're talking about the Sistema?
Yeah, so
Okay.
the BBs just don't feed. My other one, this one, the one I'm going to use for the Nelson West game, feeds flawlessly. I was just fucking around with it today. Like every single one of those mags feeds in it beautifully, and I was like, okay, so it is the gun. Because Corey wasn't able to come out Saturday, so I spent the whole day Saturday sniping. Like came out there with a sniper rifle.
Okay.
I was running the way that I was running it because it actually runs a line, is a micro line running out of the back of the stock of the gun. I run it to one of those little like
The 13 cubic
3,000 the
Yeah,
3,000
13 cubic.
little tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I did is on my battle belt setup, I've got a mesh water bottle holder.
Yeah.
That is one of the ones that like folds out or whatever. And I just drop the tank in there and cinch it tight and run it
Okay.
off my belt. And it's the best fucking setup ever. It's incredible. It's so I can move it around. I can go shoulder to shoulder. I can do whatever the fuck I need to. And I'm dialing kids with this gun at ridiculous fucking distances.
Mhm.
And to their credit, I was not having hit calling issues like the whole day. The only kid that I ran into was another sniper that just did not want to fucking call this bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of people who run sniper rifles, it sometimes it comes with a certain mentality where hit calling can be iffy.
I'm a marksman in the field. I haven't been shot.
Yeah.
I will. And I had a couple where like, I'd shoot them. They'd be looking around for me. I'd shoot them again. They'd be looking around for me. I'd shoot them a third time, and then they'd start trying to light me up. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm gonna keep fucking shooting you until you get hurt and call it finally. And I'd start aiming for the face or the fucking knuckles or something.
That's the best part about running a machine gun, dude. Is just like,
oh god, you can shoot people so much.
yeah.
But the game was super fun. I had a really good fucking time. It was, obviously AMS, I was always super professional. They run stuff really well. They made some adjustments to the rule set.
I was gonna say, we went to Eastern Front last May.
Yeah.
And I had a pretty good time, but I know a couple other guys were like, I didn't see the huge difference between it and like a Zulu open play, but I think generally I thought the event was great. But I'd like to hear the differences in experience.
So D14 is a great field. First off, they've always got like, we're really fortunate here in North Texas. They've always got like 100+ kids out there. The field's set up really well. They added shit to the field specifically to kind of gear up for this game, because that was one of the things that happened last year was there was too much open space and whatnot, right? This time that wasn't a thing, and they split the CPs. They look like they added many more CPs than they normally would have. They split the objectives up really well between the map. Like it never felt like everyone was just in the center, or everyone was just at the mosque, or everyone was just on one side. Unless there was like a big push happening. Like the fighting was spread really well across the entire map, across the entire field. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of give and take, a lot of push, pull. And one of the things that they changed that I think benefited them, and apparently they're doing this for all their games now, is the medic rules. They took away squad leader medics. It's only platoon leader and command staff, and then designated medics. And you only get like a couple per platoon. So there's like only 15 fucking medics on the field at any given time per team.
Yeah, so that makes
you're
it
doing a lot of
easier
respawns
to clear people out.
So the attrition rate was huge.
Yeah, I got medicked once that whole day. Yeah.
Yeah. I got medicked 3 times twice in one life by the same kid. He was running nothing, just a backpack. And he was just running around medicing people. The kid was gangster. I think he put up something in the chat about, or not in the chat, in one of the Facebook groups about like he had like 85 fucking revives or something shit like that.
Just doing God's work.
Like, that's where you put the endurance athletes.
The kid was killing it, man. It was super cool to see. And I love seeing people that do that shit. Like it's always super neat. But yeah, essentially what they do is they gave the medics like their own little like plaque, and it can be transferred to anybody back at the fob. You can't just like hand it off in the middle of the game, but you can transfer it to anybody, and only that person can medic. And that medic can only be medic by another medic or by platoon leader and up in the command structure. But I think it helped a lot. I think it made the game way more attrition heavy. Obviously, bleed out times are a problem. That's always going to be a thing.
You're never going to be able to enforce it.
Yeah, it's just not something like that's a fight that like they'll put up the good fight, but it's just never going to go anywhere. And then what was the other big thing? What was the biggest thing you noticed that was different, Corey?
To me, it was just that medic rule, because normally I don't have a problem hanging around for that 5 minutes because somebody can get to you, but there was nobody. There was like no medics. So like when you died, you sat there and just kind of bled out. So that made a huge difference. And that was, I don't know, that was really the only thing that stood out to me. Other than that, it was a regular AMS game. And kind of like what you brought up, there isn't a huge difference probably between open play and the AMS locals. It's kind of just, in my opinion, it's them showing their faces. They bring in their rule set, which might be different from some fields, but they come in with their rule set and they're just bridging the gap between their big national events and then those local player bases so that they can pull them in.
Yeah, it's really just introducing them to having a little bit of a more intense rule set.
They're bringing AMS. Yeah, they're bringing AMS to you so that you will then travel to one of the real events later on down the road.
Yeah, so it's more of a feeder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper and it's local for a lot of people, so it works.
Yeah, that's actually why for this one last year, Tan got their ass kicked all game at the AMS local at Eastern Front, and we were on green, and it was our platoon and Sisu's platoon, and these two platoons just owned the flanks, and then the center was the only part that was kind of contested, but we had two whole platoons to fucking do it. So Tan just kind of sat in this one Connex building and wasn't able to leave their spawn, and they kept on trying to like kind of maybe make some progress, but the game was just gridlocked. So we're actually going to move to Tan for the Eastern Front game this year to try to like just have a little bit more going.
It shifted pretty heavily because Saturday we were helicoptering them. Like, I mean, just teabagging. It was bad. Like, we were kicking the fucking shit out of green. And then Sunday, the turntables, and they came for our fucking necks, dude. It was rough. They were like, all of a sudden, they were super fucking coordinated, and they were pushing in large groups. Corey and I had like a really fun little last stand over on this trench prison side by this down plane over at of the field, because like people were falling back to like retreat to refit. We didn't realize that we were just going to get left there, and then like 40 fucking kids pushed us at once.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I got it all on film. Us getting mopped up. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was that some of the footage you showed me in the chat?
It's the whole. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
It was
It
was super fun because and that's where the medic rule really came into effect, though, because like with that sniper, there was a gap they had to close. Like Corey's covering me and I'm sniping. They had a gap they had to close to cover us, but nobody really wanted to push it because it became pretty obvious they only had like one medic in the crew. And I was looking for his bitch ass. I was gonna fucking get him. I was aiming for him because we're hitting people, we're downing people, and we'd fall back, and then like I'd fall back, cover Corey'd fall back, and we were kind of doing this peel back maneuver bullshit.
Bounding.
Yeah. And then finally we just got totally fucking overrun. But it was really fun. I had a great time with it. Obviously I think that as far as the objectives go, I saw like one of the newer ones, which was like the comm array, where you have to find it, set it up, and they have like this iPad thing that I think just like runs I don't know if it's a 5-minute video or what it is, but it runs for like a set amount of time, and then it's officially captured and we can take it back.
Yeah.
So that's neat, and I like seeing more of that, like the prop shit there.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, like it wasn't anything too over the top new.
Having some more props is actually like another good reason to justify the cost over an open play, because what field is just investing in iPads for an objective?
Yeah, no, I've been to some games where it's like you have to build like rocket launchers and stuff, or they'll have like an ammo crate that weighs like 200 pounds, and there's no way you're getting it back across the field by yourself. Just, I think stuff like that always makes it more interesting.
Yeah,
but I don't know, man. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of that in the past couple of years, but I'm trying some different events this year, so it might pop up.
One of the old events that I held here locally, specifically because of that, the people were complaining that games were being too easy. So I filled cement bags with like rocks, and they were like 100 pounds a pop, and just be like, all right, that's resources, move resources, find them. They're all over, like just the more you have at the end of the game, the better. And you can't carry them by yourself. Or if you do, you can't use your gun. So you have to have like 2 people guarding you.
Oh man, I would introduce like really weird rewards and punishments for certain objectives. I remember I ran this cops and robbers bank robbery game, and that was one of the best games I ever ran at our local field, River City. And we had a punishment for if a cop shot a hostage, where they would lose their gun for the next half an hour and have to run around with a pool noodle because they were on administrative leave.
That's awesome. What if one of the funnest games I've ever been to was actually a Nerf game. It was like a 24-hour Nerf game. And like throughout the event, you had these zombies, and the zombies would get new abilities throughout the game. So like first they were just walkers, then they were runners, then like you'd shoot them and then they would come back. Or like some zombies could like open doors after like 7 hours into the game, and you had to get
Humans versus Zombies by chance.
What's that?
Was it called Humans versus Zombies? Because
no, it had like a whole storyline. There was people who were actors. It was really well done. It was a lot of fun. But I want to see something like that in Airsoft, not necessarily zombies, because that shit gets overdone, but like some kind of 24 hours survival game, limited ammo. You start on sides, but you can you can like form tribes throughout and cross alliances. And
You're
shit.
describing very similar to like a Survive Omega game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that.
I know.
Like,
Let's do
like
that.
50 on 50,
Ugh.
24 hours. Like you,
Dude, I
because
keep bugging Frank and Alex to bring
Let's-
Omega back and to like, we need to fucking do
Let's
it.
fucking
we
go.
need Omega back. Ian, back me up on this.
Ian, I don't
please.
know what Omega is, but let's fucking go.
Yes.
As a quick,
Because it aligns with what I want to do.
so it's as a quick summary, it's like a post-apocalyptic LARP that goes on for 40 hours, and you can only bring so much food and so much water.
Yeah, it's like
fantastic.
Milsim West without the Russian and NATO thing.
Not really,
and it's
but
entirely
Kind
like
of.
really it's just-
Not really, but you know.
so the rule
Yes,
set is
but
The
also no.
40-hour part. The 40-hour bring your own shit part. That's about it.
like you're
Fantastic.
camping in the field, but it's really like the rule set is just the setup.
Yeah.
Everything else is
Fair game.
completely. There will be NPCs out there who you can interact with, and there will be things that they'll tell you to go do. But for the most part, it's Westworld. There's hosts with storylines, but
Yep.
otherwise, it's pure fucking
Sounds fun.
It's what
Yes.
every Fallout game kind of wanted to be.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I love games that have like an actual storyline to it. I miss that aspect of them. But speaking of events that we're trying this year, I'm going to my first Milsim West.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
Times.
Yeah. Cole and I are hitting the one in Oklahoma.
South.
Yeah.
Is it-
Counterattack Salsk.
Is it
Yes.
Salsk? Okay, cool. Because I've been calling it Salsk this whole time, and I'm not about to stop calling it that. So
I'm
really considered going to that one, but I just have had too much else going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was as well.
I'm just poor.
And, I can't get leave for those days, so I'm stuck here.
that sounds like a military problem.
It is.
I have an
I'm-
Adirondack hiking trip like 2 weeks after Salsk's date, and as a result, I just can't take that much time off work in
you
a month.
bougie bitch.
I've got. I'm making up for not being able to go to Salsk by just going to airplane Bobby Shmurda or whatever. the fuck
Aerodrome
the-
Baboslava.
That's it.
There you
Yeah.
go, Bobby Shmurda.
And I'm. It's the first event that I've gone to in the last like year and a half where I haven't had to have any responsibilities whatsoever. So I'm actually pretty fucking excited for it.
Corey, how's the packing list going for you? Because like I think I've got everything I need. It's actually
It's
on
it's a work in
back
progress.
there.
I'll be good to go though.
You're gonna be
Just keep on watching my video on it.
yeah, I was
You're
gonna
be
say
in Oklahoma in like late March, so I'm guessing you can probably get away with just sleeping underneath a tarp.
So I went full ham, and I made the mistake of asking Ian and Derek like what I should get, and y'all are expensive. God damn.
Got good
Fuck
taste.
yeah. So I've
buy
got
that good shit, and you're so comfortable.
like,
and
yeah, that's the thing is I
It's
went
hard to
with
go back.
I went with the 82 liter Mystery Ranch pack, the Terra
Put
frame.
your
or what the
fucking
fuck
house
ever.
in that, buddy.
Yeah, baby. I went with I got a good sleeping pack. I got the outdoor research bivy. I got the fucking thermopad or whatever, the sleeping pad that goes underneath it. I got the jet boil. I got food. I got a little fucking like Gerber utility spoon.
These are all
type
expensive brand
fucking
names.
thing. Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
dude, I've got the
keep name
same. I've
dropping,
almost
Bill.
got the exact same setup in my shit, and that's
It
what
was
I've been doing.
all on Amazon just to piss off the bougie boys. But it also, and then I'm running which I ran it for the first time this last weekend. I'm running the LBX lock and load chest rig, and
Great
I
chest rig.
really like that thing.
It's fantastic.
I don't have enough good things to say about it. Picked up a moss gray one off a kid for like $40 at the swap meet at D14.
That's a real good price for a
Yeah.
Max Gray 1961.
Yeah, and so what's funny is I was looking through the op boards and I was like, "Fuck, can I wear a mask gray fucking chest rig?" And it's approved for alternative for the rain gear, so I'm assuming that means gear. It should be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's,
they don't generally care about your actual like load bearing equipment color
Yeah.
as long as you're not, wearing some other non-standard camo uniform.
Yeah. 'Cause
And if you are, just bring 8 of your friends.
I think
Yeah.
the only rule is like no black gear. I think is the
yeah,
only
no
rule.
black gear. Well, speaking of non-standard camo, the gun. I finally get to use this fucking travesty.
Ugh.
This disgusting fucking
Oh,
thing.
God.
Yeah.
I remember when you were painting that, you were so proud.
I love
Yeah.
this fucking thing. I don't give a shit what anybody says. This thing
I
is
know.
beautiful.
It looks like one of
I-
those toy guns that makes the clacking noise at a dollar store.
Yeah, and you put like
Literally does.
double A's in the magazine, and then it gives
Joke's
you that
on you.
Yeah.
It's a $2,000 Sistema.
It looks like a camo you get at like level 4 in Call of Duty.
It's Rhodesian stripe, baby, and I fucking
Oh,
love it.
God.
It makes me so happy.
It's such an effective camouflage pattern. You can't even find Rhodesia on the map anymore.
It's
Damn.
Zimbabwe now.
yeah.
Oh my god! But because Corey's gonna be cadre, I guess I'm gonna be your gopher. I think is the technical term. Your bag boy. I'm gonna be the Wong to your Haley.
Is he going to be a
Except,
PL
you
by
know,
chance?
less sexual tension.
I think that's what I am. I don't know. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
so you're going to be a platoon
It's weird.
sergeant.
Ours is
Corey.
almost painted identically, except not quite. Yours is a little bit more poppy.
I love it.
Yeah, yours is like 20% less, actually like 100% less cringe.
Hey, Shut your fucking mouth.
Actually, these guys will tell you this is like the closest thing to a milsim gun I have ever owned.
Bro, we've been
Spec
beating
gun,
him
true.
down for like 4 years to get a Milsim gun.
Oh, dude.
Is it all
I
just
hate
like
myself,
ARP
and
9s?
At this point, everything I own is like mil spec.
yeah.
I mean, I've got the SSG one, and then I've got
Nice.
my bolt action, and
Okay.
I've got.
Juicy.
I just like stupid
Juicy.
shit, man. And
Well, like,
If Kaylee ends up watching this, she's gonna hate me because she hates these fucking guns. But I honestly do kind of like the fucking paintball style of HPA guns.
dude,
with the-
they're awesome. They're
Yeah.
so comfortable.
I'm sure they're incredibly
I
comfortable. I've
honestly
only
just
fucked around
wish
with them
that like
once.
around here, fields would actually let people use that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B-
do
it-
they
it-
not?
well,
No,
not with HPA. No, they get
Not
they
with
get a little
anything
shitty.
really.
Yeah.
Double triggers are banned everywhere. There's like crazy MEDs everywhere. You know, full auto is banned everywhere.
This is my
Slam.
SSG one, but I'm kind of outfitted a little bit differently, so it didn't have the kind of more uglier shit. So it just
It's still hideous, but I like it.
it's, dude,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
is-
I hate
this thing is
I
so
hate it.
comfortable though.
for like
Ah,
I would never use it, but I appreciate the utility.
Well, not
this
only
is
that,
strictly like an indoor fun
Yeah,
play that you
for
can't
sure.
use HPA.
Well, and that's-
Dude, this thing is so much stupid fun.
But that's the thing is, you know, we need that type of indoor play because that's fucking fun to have something different as a different option. Whereas around here, it's all outdoors, and like the one indoor field is garbage because it's
Yeah.
a fucking Nerf field for the most part.
Mhm.
is that the one that burned to the ground? No, they. So
No,
you're
I'm
not
talking.
bad.
I'm talking about the one in Buffalo, who I won't name because I don't. wanna
Ian,
blow
so
that.
you guys have both done the cadre thing that Corey's doing, right?
I actually have never
have.
been cadre.
Yeah, Eric worked at
Yeah,
DFE.
Yeah, I
but-
worked DFE, but that's not quite.
We've
the
done
same.
we've done that.
Yeah, we did DFE last year, so
Yeah, I've
So
done
but
5 events as cadre.
I was like, you've done
Yeah.
it though. So like, what can Corey expect? Because I want to watch and see like how.
In all honesty,
intense
it's
is this
basically
movie?
just at the beginning of the event. The best way to do it is make sure that no one's bringing in outside shit, which is relatively simple because they're fucking idiots. You're herding cats. Just put the information out to the lowest common denominator, especially if you have a platoon of randoms. There's gonna be a lot of new players, and in all honesty, like, don't be afraid to have fun yourself. Like, there's gonna be a lot of times where you're just like, "Fuck, I gotta take care of all these people," but really, in all honesty, like,
You're mainly just
Airsoft?
doing kind of a customer.
yeah, airsoft.
You're kind of doing a customer service position where your main job is to make sure no one dies and make sure everyone's having a good time.
So we're the NPCs.
You're a tour
Sorta,
guide,
yeah.
but you're allowed to have fun being the tour guide.
You're really
Because
there.
you have to
just-
make the tour fun.
Yeah, you're there to coordinate with White Cell to make sure
like-
that everything goes.
It's
goes
like
on
working at
without-
Disney minus the
Okay.
indentured servitude.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like working at Disney, but you get to shoot the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Pretty much.
It's my favorite part.
That's awful. Oh
It's the
my
only
God.
reason. Like,
Yes.
again, you,
You
get
got
to
to
play a
dress
sport.
like a,
You get to
yeah.
play a sport where parents sign waivers that say, "Yeah, you can shoot my kids. It's fine.
yeah.
It's cool. I even paid for it. It's cool. It's fine."
Because
Never-
all anyone's talking about
See
is
it
like how
for-
hard NATO's going to get just rammed through like they did last year.
I don't think
and that
so.
sounds fun. I'm excited.
So when you have an event where one team just gets absolutely dick stomped for the entire event, usually that there's some pretty good counters in play to make sure that something, everybody has
Well,
fun, because it doesn't.
what- What
nobody
nerd goes to an
wins.
airsoft game to win?
Oh, dude.
Nerds
A lot of
who
them,
think it's a
apparently.
sport.
That
and are
the
incorrect.
nerds who brought in the ammo that I confiscated at fucking Guardian Center and then fed through my stoner this weekend. Like, fantastic. There's so many.
Yes.
There's
It's
so many people
wonderful ammo. I love it so much. Keep bringing it in.
if you guys keep bringing it in, then I steal it from you before any actual contact takes place. Feel free to spend like $25 a bottle. I will keep shooting it.
Ian, what we need to do is we need to find the fields that those people go to those fields and shoot those guys with the ammo that you
I
confiscated.
came here to return
Yes.
your BBs.
Return them at high rates of fire. Yeah. No. So cadre at Milsom West is super chill. I was nervous for my first one because it was my first one and I didn't really know what to expect. But once you get into the groove of it, it's a fairly chill like FTX style of thing. There are some fucking like intense moments where you're just losing people left and right, and you're like, okay, fuck, I'm getting stomped. But then you remember you get to respawn. So dying in place instead of retrograding out of an objective is a 100% valid tactic.
What? It's fucking real life Game
Nice.
Genie, bro.
Bro, yeah, exactly. Feel free to get ran the fuck over by Rust.
Yeah, bro.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's really as long as everyone gets to have that crazy experience rather than what the outcome necessarily is.
Nobody wins at Milsom West, and as long as everybody has fun, no refunds.
It really is more.
You will
I've always
never
said
get
that-
your motherfucking money back.
I've always said that Milsom West is more of like a cooperative storytelling experience in a lot of ways, where you're competing against each other, but they're encounters set up by a game master in order to facilitate a certain version of
those
events.
motherfuckers. 6 of them sitting on laptops, going, "Yeah, there he is. There he is. Okay, now move him this way." Yeah,
That was what I did at Guardian Center. I didn't actually have a
keys.
platoon to take care
Slowly.
of. I worked as a battalion S2, so I was the intel guy. Really, all I did was just monitor ATAC, see where everybody was, and
The videos of that were really cool. I was saying,
Yeah,
speaking
some
of
of the drone
Guardian
footage.
Center, was it like 800 fucking players
Yeah.
at that?
yeah,
I was
800.
watching all of it from like a quarter mile away through a thermal scope.
Fuck, dude. The videos coming out of that were hard, dude. I wasn't gonna lie. I was flipping through and I saw one of like those guys. They're all in Russian kit, running in the rain, chanting. I was like,
Yep.
all right, I see you.
There she
I'm
goes.
waiting
man.
for that to show up on Live Leak as part of the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Oh, it's going to.
It wouldn't be the first time.
I think
Yeah.
people.
No,
I think
yeah,
that's
I was
what's
gonna
happened
say,
before.
It's happened a couple times.
Yeah, that's the best thing about Milsom West is that life
It
imitates
turns into
Milsom
fake
West.
news. Yeah.
It's like
No,
life-
that
life-
just for some reason Josh is predicting the future.
fake life is imitating real life right now. Speaking of, how much have you guys been paying attention to this shit? Because
A lot.
there's been some interesting
A
shit
lot.
in there.
A lot
been
because
some-
I have 28 days left in the military, and hopefully that doesn't change.
Oh man,
I've been pretty busy this last week with work stuff, so I've been trying to pay attention as I can.
Excuse me, I have 28 days, 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to have started off with like immediate war crimes, right? Like Russia
Yeah.
went in and was like, just start blowing up fucking apartment complexes, anything we can.
Before they even stepped
There was
off,
like a car
a lot of
dealership that they blew up that
Yeah.
had
They
a
did
bunch of
that.
civilians hiding in it.
they
it's
had
wild.
all of their armored vehicles were marked under the Ukraine peacekeeping like markings on the outside of the vehicles
Mm.
because they both have the same vehicles on either side, so that's the only way they can IFF each other. So there's like, let's just write Ukrainian on the side of the vehicles and then roll in. And that
They
didn't
will
work out
never
too
know.
That didn't work out too well because we gave the Ukrainians fucking javelin missiles, and it doesn't give a fuck what you write on it, bro. They crushed a column of 15 tanks with javs. It's fantastic.
All I know is my favorite thing that I've seen so far is this Ghost of Kiev shit. This fucking apparently, and like this is probably just straight propaganda, but I don't give a fuck because it makes me just rock hard. There's this video of this MiG-29 just pulling a ridiculous fucking maneuver like 100 feet off the ground and absolutely plastering this Su-35, right? And then it comes out that it's not a MiG, it's a Fulcrum, but this pilot in the last 24 hours has shot down 6 Russian birds.
We're witnessing the birth of like an Ace Combat character.
Dude, he's if
Red Baron of the
this shit is
21st
true, yeah, that was like
century.
if A, this shit is true, and there's multiple videos like, and the more that comes out on it on like the Twitter page on it and people following it, the more it seems legit. Like the more verification that's coming through. He's got a badass fucking name as it is, like Ghost of Kiev. That's gangster. But like the dude's just like an apex predator up there, just flying around with his dick out. In my mind, all I can see is like he's got like the Snoopy goggles on and the scarf and just like a bottle of vodka and a cigarette in one hand. He's pulling like fucking 6G turns. The vodka doesn't move. He's got like a little window open on his cockpit where he's like ashing.
Well, the vodka doesn't move because the bottle is empty. He drinks.
And that's when he gets out, instead of doing like the rocket launcher kill and then getting back in his plane,
The res
flying up,
yeah.
he pulls out the empty bottle,
out a
and
9.
beats the
Oh.
guy and jumps out.
It's like, well, how is he coming down and refueling? That's the trick. He's just jumping into their plane, taking it.
Battlefield shit. Yeah.
He's
It
doing
is.
some ridiculous shit.
If it is true, this is the first aerial ace in a day since like the Second World War.
50 years, yeah. Or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
the first like complex
Well, this is
air-to-air
the
fighting that's taken
largest
place.
state-on-state military action in Europe since the Second World War.
Yeah, man.
I love the idea that he's just flying around up there, just completely uncontested. Because the thing was, like, if you look, because they were listing off like the things that he supposedly shot down, and it's like air to air, like 2 other fighter jets. Like he took them out.
It was
then-
2
then it was-
Su-35s, a
Yeah.
MiG-29, 2 Su-35s, Su-25s, a MiG-29, and then a couple helicopters.
Yeah, and then now it's saying that he's going at, like, apparently he was going after the cargo planes, because like I just, in my head, and I mentioned this earlier, I just imagine him as like one of the birds off of Finding Nemo, but instead of mine, he's just like smoke, just like smoke. You want some fuck? And he's just flying over and just destroying everything that gets near him, and it makes me super fucking happy. But the craziest thing to me is I don't think Russia had any idea they were gonna have to fight this fucking hard.
No, I think that their overall predictions in terms of how quickly they could get to Kyiv have been kind of smashed. From like a pure intelligence perspective, it's kind of a lot of egg on the face of the Russians, because they're doing the same thing they did during like the Winter War, where they completely underestimated who they were fighting, and they're just getting fucked up left and right because of it.
Would you
Well,
see
I mean,
the
And you
It
love to
shows a-
see it.
Well, it shows a lot of their technology, like based off of the live feeds and
old.
other videos out there. It's like
Yeah.
Cold War shit, basically.
Yeah, they're
It's
using
like,
old
They don't
tech.
have modern technology. They're just
Yeah.
Well, they're fielding AK-12s, and
The
they're,
thing
like most
is,
of their vehicles are older. Yeah, but I mean,
Russia has had over a decade to destabilize Ukraine, because we all know they've been sponsoring the insurgency in the regions that they're trying to recognize.
yeah, I've been to
as
Milsom West. I
stable.
know that.
Well, but they've had this long, and they've masked something like 80% of their military, was the estimates that we were reading, and this is the best they can do.
Yeah, it's like watching
That's
the Winter
with
War.
them
It's
openly
fantastic.
attacking civilian targets. Like there's no ROE.
Yeah.
They're just blasting everybody.
No, they're just
Yeah.
smoking everything.
No, yeah, it just seems like nothing's really strategic. It's just we're just gonna shoot over here and we're gonna shoot over there.
Yeah, I don't really know what their plans were, because Russia doesn't really have doctrine. They just kind of do shit. But I don't know, man. Whatever plans they did have were very, very poorly thought out.
On top of the fact that everybody who was on the fence about Putin before is just like, hey, sanction the fuck out of that dude.
bro.
Fuck you, bro. Dude, no, fuck him.
But there's right now there's a bunch of like
dude's accounts.
there's a
Ain't
bunch of
partying
coked
here.
up fucking hedge fund bros, just like we're fucking bankrupting Russia. Like just
It's fantastic.
yeah.
It's people
I was
from
watching
every
the-
political background who are just
was-
like, I hate you, but fuck that guy. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I was watching the UN emergency session where they were all talking to. This was like in the very early hours when the attacks had just started, and like the fucking, you've got the representative from Ghana coming out and talking about fuck Russia and how we need to return to the values of the treaties that we signed and whatnot. And it's like, dude, why do they care enough unless you're this fucked up?
They're just coming. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork to just be like, man.
Yeah,
guys suck.
dick move. And on top of the fact that like their fucking stock market is frozen,
and their
and like,
like,
they're
and
now on the
ruble-
brink of financial collapse.
Yeah, the ruble
that's the thing.
values tanked.
Ukraine
Yeah.
doesn't have to win the war. They just have to make it last long enough to bankrupt Russia.
Yeah,
This is
Well,
the
and when they're
equivalent of
doing
like
shit
quitting out
like-
of a server in a video game by just like killing 6 of your teammates, then pressing all F4. It's fantastic.
Well, and people forget Russia may be a huge landmass, but their gross domestic product is pretty similar to that of New York State.
Yeah.
Well, and
We're
when you're
not
dealing with
talking
people,
about the superpower Russia that was
Yeah.
the Soviet Union.
No.
no,
But
it's
if
totally
I get a
different
hold
animal.
of Ukraine, we get back to that. Yeah.
I just
Back
I
to
love it.
strong Russia.
I love it. Like, it's, all you need to know what they're dealing with is like, look at that. Was it the Snake Island audio where like the
Yeah.
Russian Navy rolls up on this little spit of an island that has like a tiny base with like
13
dudes
people.
on it, and they're
13,
like, you guys need to surrender or we're gonna blow you up. And the response is, go fuck yourselves. And then they promptly got blown the fuck up, but they knew what was coming. Those guys didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's the amount of stuff coming out of there right now is just fucking insane. And
We have spent the last decade after Crimea took place training the Ukrainian military from just being cavemen with AKs to being really, really good at killing Russians. And by God, are they proving it right now?
So, Corey, how long until we make a movie about this?
Forever.
You can start it right now. It's never too soon.
We'll do one. Hey, if the ghost story turns out to be true, we'll do one on him.
There you go. That's the big budget one.
Perfect.
Get a fucking jet and
The
everything.
big budget with
Although
like
from
the
what I
the
heard,
cockpit
the most
Straight to
requested-
Netflix. We'll get a budget.
From what I heard,
Yep.
the most requested was a Western.
Yeah,
Oh, we can do that too.
We're talking about the Western. Yeah,
Western.
Yeah.
I desperately want to do a Western. Be in a Western. I think that'd be super fucking fun.
100%.
I'd be in a Western. I would volunteer
Let's
in case
go.
you needed me.
Yep. Single actions would be dope.
Hell
I'll be
yes.
like the dude in Buster Scruggs who gets shot in the face a bunch of times.
Dude, I love that fucking that thing
Fantastic.
so much.
Dude, it's such a weird movie, but it's pretty good.
Oh my god. But so yeah, I mean, just getting back to airsoft shit though. Like, I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. Because Corey, have you already got your pack so far, or like, is there anything you're got on the recent agenda to pick up?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that bag first, and then I'll get the sleeping gear.
What pack are you looking at?
The same as Cole. I'm just gonna get what he's
Mystery
got.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Terraframe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they
Could
make
be a
great
real
shit.
G and run like an Alice pack or something.
That's what I
No.
ran. When
Dude,
went
I got
to,
out and immediately hawked everything that like CIF didn't take.
Yeah.
The first Milsim West game I had, I ran everything out of a Alice ruck.
My thing is, for a ruck, I mean, why the fuck am I going to use technology as old as the Alice ruck when there's things like Mystery Ranch, Hill People gear, and all that other really nice shit that, you know, is in military colors but fits like a civilian backpacking bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
Or
Next time.
Comfort, man.
Or you could do what I did at the last game and just run an assault pack for your sleep gear and have everything else in your H harness.
Well,
If
so
you
like,
run
I'm
a large enough harness, you can basically have everything.
Pack
you need in
everything.
That and an
Yeah.
assault pack.
I'm as far as like functionality and kit goes, like during games, I cannot stress enough how much I love having a good belt rig. Holy fucking shit. It's so nice.
H harnesses, man. Ugh.
But
Dude.
having, like I said, I'm running that. I'm running my belt rig, and then I'm gonna have the LBX lock and load chest rig, which has got way more fucking room on it than I ever would have thought until I actually
yeah.
put the thing on. And then the pack's gonna have everything I need in it. So I'm pretty fucking set. It'll just be a matter of like little odds and ends items that I forget, because I forget something every single time I go to an event.
Well, I mean,
So
just think about like your little day-to-day needs is the thing with figuring out your odds and ends. Like, you know, oh, sometimes I have to use the bathroom, so maybe I should bring some hand sanitizer and some
Wipes.
toilet paper.
definitely.
Yeah.
So like guy wipes are gonna be a
And
thing.
I like to brush my teeth because I want to not ever have dentures, so I need toothpaste.
Yeah.
And a toothbrush, of course.
cigars.
Cigars,
yeah,
duh,
lots of
of
cigars.
course.
That's gonna
3
be a
packs of
thing.
Marlboros.
Hey, life hack: only smoke during the day, because at night that shit'll give you
You
away
get shot in
under
the
nine.
face.
Yep.
Ah! Just trying to
That-
enjoy my stogie, you fucks.
That's one of the things that people don't get about Milsim West when they
Also
first
bring
go.
small cigars because you probably won't have enough time for.
I'll get it. What I'll do is I'll bring a couple good ones, and I'll bring one of the mini Cohiba packs.
Yeah, like the cigarillos. That's what
Yeah.
I always bring.
Those are fucking gangster. I love those
Oh, yeah.
little black ones. Yeah.
I buy the Drew Estate Undercrown cigarillos,
Mm.
and those are like perfectly sized for when I've got a little bit of a break and can enjoy them.
They're great. I introduced Corey to the Tabernacle.
No, it's great.
They are phenomenal. Like, because he's generally not like a heavy, like, because their Tabernacles are pretty.
Oh yeah,
heavy
that's a pretty
smoke.
serious dark Maduro. It's the same guy who blended the Liga Privada.
Yeah, I'm a Connecticut guy, man. Just nice and light, like just a light one.
But they.
Have you ever had Charter Oak?
Mm-mm.
So that's from Foundation Cigar Company, which I actually think is the same company that the Tabernacle is from.
Yeah.
And that is a Connecticut shade. Well, they have a Connecticut shade. They also have a Maduro. But the Connecticut shade of that is like the perfect coffee cigar. It's super fucking creamy,
really?
Like very delicate, and it pairs extremely well with like some espresso.
I like the way
Dude, this is the bougiest conversation we've ever had on the show.
No, it's good. It's good.
We just paired cigars with an espresso.
That's refreshing.
We've hit a new high.
No,
you
Eric,
do that at Milsim West if
Eric,
you bring like
we
a
gotta
French
hang,
press.
bro.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
we gotta hang.
I know, we gotta hang, Pug. Because I feel like you and I are on the same level with this.
I feel like my next cigar will have I'll have my pinky.
They're gonna. You're gonna see photos of the Milsom West, and like our fucking fob is just gonna be like dangling fucking lights and like luxury chairs and shit. Corey's gonna be like, "What do you mean I can't drive my toy hauler into the game? What the fuck kind of shit is this?"
I know.
Tell you what,
this command tent is just really nice. It's like you go in like the old movies where you, like the commander would have like his rugs out and it's just
it's like you go in and all of a sudden it's like
maps up everywhere.
It's like a gladiator.
All
all of a
the
sudden
officers
it's a fucking
are wearing smoking jackets.
Yeah, what's like a gladiator where he goes in the tent? All of a sudden it's a fucking like 5-bedroom house out of nowhere. Like what the fuck?
Straight up Harry Potter inside.
You think that you're like being facetious, but I have seen something not super far off from that. I worked jump to Barta, and the platoon that I was in charge of did like, I guess there was like some prepping allowed prior to the game. I wasn't really sure because I had got brought in like 2 weeks beforehand. And when I walked into our second fob that they had like pre-staged, I was like, Jesus Christ, it's the fucking Hall of Justice.
Legit.
They had black netting up everywhere, like maps and stuff. And it was very clear these people had never been in the military because they had just whiteboards with random shit that they saw on SEAL Team written on it. Just fan-fucking-tastic because I walked in and how long did you guys spend cleaning this shit out? It's like, oh, we came down here like a week ago, cleaned it out, fucking set all the stuff up. It took like 6 or 7 hours. Like, really?
Those are the kids that make those fucking games.
I love it, though, man.
That's the best shit.
It was cool. I will say that.
That's fucking great.
So how? And this is a question I haven't been able to get. So how do comms work? Because Milsom West seems to be different in the fact that like there aren't comms for the most part.
There are.
Outside
There
of
absolutely
like
are.
So that's not
like upper
entirely
command.
accurate.
I mean though, like
That is-
platoon
that
leaders.
is-
So basically how it works is you have your fire team is verbal communication.
Yes.
Fire teams should be in a tight enough unit that they can communicate verbally. Your fire team leader then will have comms with your squad leader. So if your squad splits up so your fire teams can be tasked separately, your fire team leader will stay with like the 3 to 6 of you that make up a fire team, and you guys stay as one unit. You don't split up very much. Then you actually both report to the squad leader, who probably is attached to one of the fire teams, and he reports to the platoon leader, who's probably attached to one of the squads at some point. And then the platoon leaders go to the company commander. Company commander is the CO if it's one of the games where they only have like 4 or 5 platoons. But if they have a shit ton of platoons like they did at Guardian Center, then there will be a company commander, then a CO. So you have a whole different layer of chain of command so that ultimately you have accountability where each level of command is only keeping accountability for at most 5 or 6 people.
Yeah, pretty much. It's cool. And then that's not even touching the whole like ATAC side of things where there's going to be like
so that's the next thing is like how familiar with ATACs do we need to be going into this?
If you're
I barely used it.
Yeah, if you're platoon sergeant, then you should have some familiarity with it, or at least just have it downloaded so you can look at the map and be like, I'm here. But unless you don't really need a ton of familiarity with it to be useful.
Yeah, it kind of the ATAX system it came out before the Blue Force tracker, right? The one that
it's a follow-up.
It's been in development as a separate thing. I mean, ATAC had a more military market in mind. Blue Fox tracker is specifically airsoft.
Yeah, ATAC was developed as a follow-on to Blue Force tracker from like I think it started development like 2010.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because when did they drop Blue Force Tracker? Like 2005,
Yeah.
something like that. I know.
05.
Didn't have it for the first deployment. Had it for the second one.
Yeah, we used ATAC a little bit when I was in Afghanistan. It was fucking useful, bro. I mean, just being able to see where everybody is.
Dude. Yeah, we actually got ambushed one time and had no comms. We were in between two retrain stations, but I was able to send out a text with Blue Force Tracker and get guys medevaced. Like seriously, saved lives. It was insane.
Very useful. Yeah, I mean that additional layer of communication is super useful both in real life and at fucking airsoft, man. I mean,
Yeah.
being able to tell where everybody is.
I'm really
Yeah, useful as
excited
fuck.
to go to an airsoft event and this is nothing against AMS or any of the other events I go to, but they're generally not structured like super strictly. And I'm kind of excited to see like a well structured, like really stringently enforced style.
It becomes
Yeah.
a very different style of experience.
Yeah.
It's I like AMS and I like those other types of events for the fact that it's a little bit more like a relaxing casual experience, which, fair play. Airsoft is a hobby. We all want to relax and have fun. But then like Milsim West is that weird type of it where it's so organized that really you're almost like playing a role in a play.
The immersion. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's a very acting heavy type of thing almost where, God, this sounds so fucking stupid, but you're actually just playing your role in your squad to the best of your ability, of course. But the overall situation is not a result of you taking your squad of buddies to go one place and do this crazy thing. It's a result of your platoon being tasked by your company commander to task your squad to send you here.
Yeah. That's the best way that it can be described. I mean,
Yeah.
And on the platoon level, it does kind of put you into. It does force you to be sort of self-reliant as an individual platoon, because I mean, despite the fact that it is a small AO a lot of times. I mean, not fucking Salsk, that place is huge, but you do have to be able to do platoon-sized movements and be self-sufficient when it comes to going into a gunfight. That being said, if you get rolled, you can just fucking respawn. But
yeah.
Do you just take like a bunch of colon blow before the game and just totally shit your brains out before, or do you actually attempt to shit like?
We have a
during the
method
game?
for this.
Okay.
So
we go.
We do have a method.
So Eric, explain it.
Okay, so the method for how to get through Milsim West with little to no shitting is to eat like garbage the entire trip down, and preferably with Sheets or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
Plenty of beer the night before, and then the night before and the morning of, you're clearing yourself out. I think we used a local barbecue joint on the way down to Guardian Center, and that'll clear you out before the game. Then you can go through at least most of the game and maybe have to hit the Porta-Johns once. And that's keeping you clogged up with Mountain House meals or MREs.
Oh yeah, dude, an MRE ahead of time I think would brick you up for at least a day or two.
You got two options: just constipation station, or absolutely void your fucking soul before the event.
Yeah,
go in light and free.
Well, we do both. We do the void your soul, then we start the constipation.
So
we usually eat an MRE in the parking lot.
Okay, so you empty it out and then you put a stopper in that shit.
Oh yeah.
What's the Imodium? Get some Imodium AD. Just.
I haven't considered drug abuse. That's probably a good one.
I haven't considered chemically enhancing my.
Listen, it's a performance enhancing drug for Milsim West. Is Imodium AD?
Wasn't it? Man, this is bullshit. Their whole fucking team shit their pants right before the game started.
That's not fair. They're supposed to shit in the woods with the rest of us.
That's psychological warfare. Look at them over there. They're not even changing.
We're min-maxing our airsoft experience. That coupled with like a flask filled with 5-hour energy, so you have like 45 continuous hours of energy.
Flask is absolutely.
Ooh, that may be a good.
That's a game changer. That's the first time I've heard of that.
That's a really good reallocation of the flask.
If you're Corey, you just don't do watch and you sleep a full 8 hours every night.
Well, Corey was the fucking platoon dad. And
that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, during Guardian Center, like, so that's the one cool thing about a lot of those mount AOs is that there's gonna be a cadre building, which offers you the ability to, actually meet up with all the other cadre and kind of figure out. Actually, I'm not gonna go into that back side of it, but it gives you an open bathroom that you can shit in like a real human.
Corey, did you want to rent nods for this game?
Probably. I don't know.
Okay. I think we probably need to.
So as cadre, it's very useful to have nods. If you're just a
Yeah.
regular person, you don't really need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably go without, but I think we'd probably need like a set between the two of us.
And even having nods, like you might think you're going to own the night, you're just on par with everybody else at this point.
I just want to use them. I never get
Yeah.
to use nods.
I love
would
the
say
civilian.
having the nods to hand off between people is very useful. We actually do that a lot with like our task force keg group. Is if somebody doesn't have nods, then when it's their turn on watch, one of our guys with nods will go to sleep and hand off their nods to that.
You have like the community slut set.
That and machine guns. Yeah.
I mean, not even. We just hand off stuff to each other. Like it's such a like social trust relationship that we'll hand fucking $2,500 to this guy. We know where he fucking lives and he'll give it back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Corey, you're gonna have a bunch of randos, right? Like you don't have any idea.
Yeah, dude, I am the rando going into this thing. This is my first one, so I'm the jackass outsider that's going to come in and screw everything up.
I'm just gonna hold.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Like I was nervous about doing the DFE thing too, and that was a good time. So we ended up steamrolling the other team. So I'm excited to get into it.
I haven't worked with Josh as a Milsim West employee, but I have worked with Josh for Desert Fox events.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think Josh is one of the people in the airsoft industry who's really easy to work with.
Yo, dude,
surprisingly so.
Yes,
He
his
takes
business
care of his
and his
employees
business
better than
model.
anyone else.
Yes, his business model is great. DFE is great.
Well, it's
I'm sure
'cause-
Milsim West is great.
I hate to say it, Josh, in a lot of ways, is one of the few airsoft event promoters who I think really understands how real businesses run.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
you
an
have to-
incredible
yes.
businessman.
Take care
Like,
of the people
him
that work
and
for you.
AMS are like kind of the two I put up
Well,
there.
and his marketing is insane. Like he's created events that sell themselves to people on the backs of people that hate him. It's fucking crazy.
Well, the troll advertising is hilarious, but what really kind of does it for me is the fact that he's been able to get major like news organizations to actually cover his events.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, it's
no,
fantastic.
he's doing a great job. He's killing it. Like I said, getting to work around him and Jet at DFE was great. So I'm sure this will be a great experience too.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because it ensures my continued employment with his company, but but in all reality, I mean, in terms of people who actually take care of their employees, I haven't worked for anyone else that's done it better.
Yeah.
Listen, Josh owes me nothing. He gave me some money once to help him out at DFE, and I will, at full risk of my future employment, say he was a super pleasant guy to work with.
You know who owes me a ticket?
That was great.
You fucks.
I don't owe you shit. Just hit him up and be like,
Yeah,
hey, I
that's what
won
I'm
this
about
shit
to
last
do.
year. Yeah.
No, I'm actually. That reminds me. I need to message him like right now and be like, "Hey," because he told me to hit him up in like the month of. Let's see, it's what, the 18th and 20th. Yeah.
So what you could do is you could email brian@milsimwest.com. That's BRIN.
Listen. You're making this too complicated. I'm just gonna send him a very sweet little message on Facebook to one of his 8 accounts that I have. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Josh, listen here. I want to use that free ticket that I've got from the GunGamers charity stream that didn't happen this year. What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, I got.
You don't care about the
busy.
children anymore?
I care about. I very much care about. Actually, no, I don't care about.
You know,
children.
honestly, I've been training up because I need to be able to stay up for a full 24 hours so I don't fucking pussy out like I did last year.
I actually planned on doing one in the early half of this year, so like March, February, something like that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, come January 7th of this year, they hit me up and they were like, "Hey, guess what? Yeah, you might have like 3 months left, but we still own your ass. You're going on COVID orders." So I did kind of throw a monkey wrench into it, but I think right after I get off of this, I'm gonna. I've got
April, May.
Yeah, like April. My dad's gonna be getting some surgery that's gonna kind of leave him around the house for a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna be taking care of him. So I'm gonna be probably running it at that point.
Speaking of, after we get up here, Corey, you should download Ready or Not. It's really fun.
Oh, Ready or Not is
Ready or Not's
good.
fun, bro.
It's
Boogie.
super
It's
difficult.
so
but it's really
good.
fun.
You convinced me.
When it initially came out, it was fucking atrocious, but they have
It's
done
really fun.
I didn't
something
play it
to
when
make
it
it
initially
fantastic.
came out.
I've only been
played it
playing
pretty
the-
recently.
I've
and
only
it's
been playing the
pretty
single
great.
player, and it's impossible
What?
because the AI sucks.
I've cleared
I
it
play
with
it, like,
single
fun.
player.
With the
I play
single
it
player,
online
it's
at
not
least
bad.
twice a week.
You have to
It's great.
micromanage the AI a lot. I find that
See,
like
I'm not.
splitting
I'm just
them up
walking
is a
around
good
shooting.
tool. But yeah, I've cleared it with the single player AI.
Now that I think about it, in 2021, we got a lot of video games that are going to make that 24-hour live stream a lot easier. Could play some Valheim.
Yes.
Could play some
Not
Ready or Not.
Battlefield.
No, not
No,
2042's dog shit,
no,
bro.
no.
Dude,
It's-
I've given up on the AAA game space.
Yeah.
Elden Ring has been just mentioned. It's supposed to be really good. People are super
I
hyped
need to
about
play
it.
that.
I'm not a Souls game guy. I'm
Same.
probably
I
gonna
never
give it a
have
shot.
been either, to be honest, but I kind of want to give it a shot just because.
Well, Carl, do you want to play Ready or Not tonight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does anybody have any news before we get out of here? Anything going on?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fuck it. I mean, I'll probably just do I'll just announce it now. Yeah, I'll probably do that charity live stream at some point in April.
Yeah.
Um,
Sweet.
I'm gonna try to actually stay up for all of it with you.
When it comes to I announced that shit last time way before with way more standoff between when I just announced it and when I announced it back then. So
Let's fucking
I've got some work to
go.
do.
That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
It's
was
gonna
a
be a
really
good
good
time.
time
Just gotta
last
figure out
time.
prizes, but
Can
Yeah.
I come?
yeah, bro. We had like
No.
14
But
people
Punk-
on the intro last time.
Actually, here's what we should do for a charity stream. We should rent an Airbnb and just have a
Yes.
bunch of fucking people come out
Rig up
and
cameras
do a
everywhere.
24-hour charity
Big Brother that
stream
fucking
with
shit.
a bunch of people and just
Yes.
fucking plan crazy shit to do at different hour marks or different donation marks.
It
I'm
sounds
so
like a lot of
down for that.
stupidity.
Shoot Eric
in one room.
directly in the
so
chest with a
down for
tag
this.
in round.
Well, and
$200.
this would be this is something that's doable though. Like,
Dude,
it's- treat this
That's
like
I know
treat
it's
this like an
doable.
Airbnb.
This
but I
is
love
su-
it.
Land
This is
party.
super fucking doable.
We'll rent
You
out
can
an
all
Airbnb.
show up somewhere on a
We'll set
Saturday
cameras-
afternoon.
Yeah, we'll set cameras up
stream
all
until
throughout it.
Sunday afternoon for 24 hours straight. Like we don't even have to take time off work.
Yeah.
Live stream the whole thing.
No, I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm down. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this.
Yo,
This could be like the
honestly,
greatest
this could be sick 'cause
collaboration
nobody's
between
done anything
airsoft
like that.
channels ever.
It's no. It's gonna be it's gonna turn into Airsoft Big Brother real fucking fast. We're start yeeting people out the window when we
Bro.
vote them off.
Yeah, I'm definitely
We're
going to
gonna
bang
raise-
Cole. I
Amazing.
want to bang Cole with night vision.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna raise
That's gonna be at the
dozens of
11th.
dollars.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Yeah, we
think
should have
could do something
options.
crazy with that.
we should
I-
have
I
love
put
that
up
idea.
polls every hour, and the polls will be like, all right, if you guys fund this amount, there's like tiers every hour. Of
Just
what
have
you can do.
jackass
More
stunts set up.
stupidity. Yeah.
Shoot Eric directly in the
It
face
just
with the
picks
tag in
the,
round.
like-
$6.
Just pick the most amazing fucking charity so that like all this effort is for like, you know, like St. Jude's is amazing, or I'm sure there's a million fucking things we can come up with.
Someone donates $500. You got to drop an EG67 down your pants.
Oh my god.
Like
Ooh.
something. I'm down for this. Let's fucking do this. It sounds.
I feel like
Yeah.
Twitch
goddamn
wouldn't be
fun.
super happy about that, but yeah, you could probably figure it out.
I think we could figure out a series of stunts that like skirt the Twitch rules.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
could do this.
We could just recreate the entirety of the first Jackass movie.
Okay, so first off, we got to figure out when, and then
Yeah.
let's figure out where, and then let's do this. This
I
sounds-
like
sounds
the
good.
Airbnb idea. This
Yeah.
is yo, honestly, this
Man,
is
that Airbnb owner is gonna be so pissed.
Maybe we do it at like a campground or something.
never
I don't
know.
no, because if it's at a campground, that shit's booked out for like an
That's
entire
true.
year.
That's true. Campground is impossible.
I'm gonna need
Also,
like Wi-Fi to do this as well.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
needing
that-
good internet
okay.
connection. Well,
So
there's
yeah,
a
definitely Airbnb.
What if
Airbnb.
Let's
We
just
do-
do it at Cole's house.
Where do
I'm volunteering
where do,
Cole's house. for this.
Pornos rent their sets
All right, look, we're
that's
here's
what
what
I
here's
wanna know.
the
It's
San
like-
Fernando Valley.
because clearly they're not sensitive about what people do on their property.
Honestly, though, if it's an Airbnb, nothing. Okay. Sometimes when you think like, oh man, they ain't ready for us, they've been ready for you. Okay. Like anything that we can do to their property has already been done tenfold by the porno that rented out last month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's why those
Yeah,
cleaning
yeah,
fees are
yeah.
like $175.
yeah, like
You
pay
can
the
spray jizz off
$175
walls.
between,
Yeah.
I don't know, 10 to 11 people, who however many we're going to have in that house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Get some wild prizes. I mean, I'm sure that we could drum up some stupid shit
Oh,
from
yeah,
various
yeah, yeah.
dude,
manufacturers.
there's a million. Like, we have friends at pretty much every fucking event promoter who will
every
donate
level
something
of
to this.
airsoft, every one of us has a connection.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
can probably do event ticket giveaways. We can do actual gun giveaways. We can do, you name it. We can do it.
yeah.
We can get our
we
hands
could-
on it.
We could make
I love
this
this.
fucking crazy.
I love this fucking idea. All right. We're gonna get this on this fucking absolutely beautiful idea. It's gonna
Ending.
turn into total fucking tragedy.
Dude, oh my god.
We're gonna kick this shit off. You know, here's what it's gonna look like.
Oh, fuckers.